Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. Here to recap preseason week 3 between the Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is my live game recap. Again, I will be going live for each and every Tennessee Titans game this season, unless something comes up. But right now, that is the plan. And hold on, my stream is playing. I don't want that to play in the background. But yeah, so I will be live after each and every game, and that includes the preseason. Although I'm not sure if I'm going to go live for the fourth one yet. I need to know if anything remotely noteworthy happens in that game. So it's going to be a game time decision. I'm going to have to see if Taywan Taylor makes some plays, or maybe Khalif Raymond gives us, some reason to believe he should make the roster or something. But the second half of this game and the previous game is telling me I'm probably not going to be able to get through another one of these. I'm ready for some real football. And I like Logan Woodside. I think he's actually a pretty damn good number 3 quarterback. And I mean, he looks better out there than Blaine Gabbert did for us. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm not sure I'm going to be here for preseason game number 3 or number 4. But for this game, okay, you all will recall that the Tennessee Titans faced the Pittsburgh Steelers in the third week of the preseason last year. And they lost that game 16-6. And I believe it was in Pittsburgh. And after that preseason game, I made a video, and I was not happy with our performance. Heading into that game, I had us going 11-5. But in combination with that game and what I had seen in the preseason, I bumped us down a whole win to 10-6. It ended up being 9-7, in large part due to the Marcus Mariota injury. Today, okay, we lost, but not in similar fashion to me. I am not going to freak out at all about what we saw today. Did I love what we saw today? No. I did not love much of what we saw today. It was ugly. But the sample size with the first team offense, and even the first team defense actually, was just too damn small. Okay? The game last year, the preseason week 3 game against the Steelers, we played well into the second quarter and maybe even to begin the third, if I remember correctly. And Marcus Mariota got a lot of snaps. We saw our offense out there, and it did not look good enough. We did not look ready for the start of the season, and that proved to be true. Week 1, we slipped up against the Miami Dolphins. Here, we literally saw 2 drives with Marcus Mariota, and that was it. And then they pulled him, and then they actually had Ryan Tannehill out there running with the first teamers, which also there were some concerning things there for sure. But we just haven't seen us at full strength, at full arsenal yet for me to really, freak out and be concerned. Now, do I think we're all, completely ready to go right now? Do I expect us, week 1, quarter 1 to put up 14 points and, to trample the Cleveland Browns? I'm not seeing that right now. The good news is for us, Baker Mayfield was out there for Cleveland this week, and he was 10 of 26. He wasn't completely in stride, and there was no Jarvis Landry, and there was no Odell Beckham, and I don't think there was even David Njoku. But he had his problems there as well. So I think we're in store for a very sloppy week 1 for a lot of NFL teams, and I think that includes the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. But we look at these 2 series. Okay, and we look at Marcus Mariota, and this is the conversation we always have to have, but until he finally solidifies himself, and especially this year, this big contract year, this is the discussion that we need to have. I absolutely have no problem with what he did today. It was not on him at all. You look at the 3 throws. One of them I missed, okay? I missed the last one, the incomplete pass to A.J. Brown over the middle. I missed that one, so I don't know if it was inaccurate or what. I didn't see it, and then they didn't show the replay when I came back. The first one, Corey Davis, deep down the right sideline, off on the timing and accuracy a little bit. I'm fine with it, took a shot, and you see, it was just a quick look left, and then I don't really care what happens. I'm having faith that Corey Davis is going to beat this guy. I'll look for a split second. If it looks good, I'm throwing it, but he was completely determined to make that throw. That was pretty much a predetermined throw, and this just looks like Corey Davis had a poor release from the line of scrimmage. Made the throw, little off, but nothing that really scares me. In fact, I think, if you run that again, I would expect Corey Davis to come down with that. I would expect for that connection to be there. So I'm not really concerned about that. And then a second throw, Adam Humphrey should have caught, right? But it was raining, and I think that's why Adam Humphries dropped it. Or maybe it was just a drop he was going to have anyway. And then he got sacked. Okay, he got sacked twice, I want to say. Let me check the stat sheet right now. We know he got sacked on the next drive. Oh, he only got sacked once. Okay. He got sacked on that next drive. That was the safety. And it was frustrating because, first of all, I didn't understand the play call. I mean, again, when you're backed up at your line of scrimmage, you got to get the ball out quickly. You can't afford to just have a drop back like that. And it wasn't, I want to say it was a 5-step drop or something, maybe even a 3, but I feel like it was a 5-step drop. And I thought the passing concepts for that play were too deep. I'm pretty sure it was second down, but they were too deep. And you just need to get the ball out quickly, especially when you have Adam Humphries out there and Deion Lewis out there. To me, there's no reason why we should take a safety there. There's no reason at all. So I was very unhappy with that play call. And, again, this is just preseason, so I don't really want to, do a deep dive in the play calling. I was not in love with the play calling today at all. I was not a fan at all today with the play calling. You look at the first series. I don't know why we ran on third down. I don't know. If anyone can tell me, I'd love to hear it. I know it's just preseason. We don't really care about, I mean, we actually do care about moving the football at least, right? I know we don't care about winning the game, but this is the first drive. We want to see some things from our offense. Our offense has shown some sparks, but it hasn't been as potent as we like to see. Why are we not throwing on that 3rd and 10 on the first drive? I don't understand that. If anyone can explain that to me, I'd love to hear it. So I thought we should have threw the ball on that 3rd down. I thought we should have had a better concept on that 2nd down on the next drive, and then we got the safety. You also look at the fact that there are way too many sacks given up today. You look at the interior of the offensive line. It was struggling today. Dennis Kelly, man, this guy has been a good backup, and a good stead at left tackle for us whenever Taylor Lewan has been out. He struggled today. Point blank and simple, he struggled today. And with Myles Garrett, okay, coming at you week 1, that has to scare you, dude. Myles Garrett is going to eat. Oh, my goodness, Myles Garrett's going to eat. Roger Saffold, I didn't love his play today. He was getting pushed back. This offensive line right now is not in cohesion. Jack Conklin had been looking great, and I think he still actually looks pretty great right now. But everyone else ain't bringing it, including Roger Saffold, which is just frustrating. I feel like with this offensive line, we should just be able to sit in the pocket and make throws. And we saw a little bit of that last week, and when we saw it, it looked great. If you just give us if you just give Marcus Mariota just time in the pocket to make throws, he's going to look great this season. I absolutely believe that. But we just have to provide him with that. But Ben Jones continues to be Ben Jones. This right guard position is looking more and more problematic. Kevin Pamphel, and he's continuing to have his struggles, and Nate Davis has been injured, and maybe Nate Davis can come into practice, and it's going to take a couple weeks. He's not going to start week 1. Maybe after a couple of weeks of Pamphel struggling, we put in Nate Davis, he does well. I hope so. And then, when Taylor Lewan comes back, obviously that's going to be a big difference there as well. But, for right now, I didn't love the offensive line play. I didn't love the play calling for sure. But Marcus Mariota, I was fine with Marcus Mariota today. Absolutely fine with Marcus Mariota today. I don't know how anyone's blaming Marcus Mariota today for anything. Yeah, he missed the Corey Davis throw. That's it. And I didn't see the A.J. Brown intended throw. I didn't see that one. So maybe that was a bad pass. I didn't hear anyone say that, but I didn't see it. So I thought he was fine. The sample size was too damn small. We literally saw, I want to say, 6 plays. That's it. We literally saw 6 plays, and that was it. So I don't know how we're looking at 6 plays. And, one of them, that Adam Humphries, if he catches that, he goes. I mean, he might go for a touchdown there. He's going to get at least a sizable gain, though. So I was fine with Marcus Mariota today. I have no problem with Marcus Mariota today. But, yeah, again, I don't want to, be too negative. I'm already being negative. I said I wasn't going to be too negative today. But, yeah, I mean, the sample size wasn't great in terms of Mariota on the field. When Ryan Tannehill came in, he was able to do some things. But, he ended up having his struggles, too. Ended up with a final stat line of 6 of 9, 62 yards. 86.3 passer rating, but he's been much more prolific than that this preseason. And then Logan Woodside, 11-15, 117 yards. He's been great, honestly, for a number 3 quarterback. He's been great. He looks like Alex Tanney for us out there. Hopefully he never has to play, okay? So, God forbid he ever actually has to play. But if he did, at that point the season's over. Why not just throw him out there? So I'm okay with what we saw in terms of Woodside for sure. Tannehill, fine. Mariota, fine. Their quarterbacks were fine to me. Running backs, Jeremy McNichols continues to show why maybe he should make this team. But a lot of people are still David Llewellyn fans, and that's fine. I don't think it really matters. I am currently looking for the Dion Lewis replacement. I think I'm over Dion Lewis, to be quite honest with you. I was talking about this last week. I know he had the great catch, and let's see how the season progresses, and maybe he's going to change my mind. But I think he's kind of getting a little overpaid for us right now. And I think we can get, some younger running backs that are more ready to, make some plays on a much cheaper rate than Dion Lewis right now. But, when he was out there, he only had 1 carry for 0 yards. And I'm just kind of over that. It's a very small sample size, but I'm just kind of over Dion Lewis right now. In terms of the wide receivers, man, Khalif Raymond. Khalif Raymond continues to make plays. And it's very interesting. You look at the wide receiver room. We know Corey Davis is number 1. A.J. Brown will at least eventually be number 2. Adam Humphries number 3. Number 4, Tajay Sharp. We believe. But Tajay Sharp didn't do anything this preseason. Okay, I know he's been looking great in practice, and I guess that's all that really matters, to the coaches. Tajay Sharp didn't do anything this preseason. So I'm watching that situation closely. I don't know if that situation's over yet. But anyway, Tajay Sharp 4, let's say, and then Taywan Taylor 5, and then Darius Jennings today, he had a great return, got it to midfield, man. You got to keep him, man. Darius Jennings I think he's one of the best kick returners in the league. So Khalif Raymond, I hope we can, sneak him onto the practice squad again. And then if Taywan Taylor messes up, then I think you got to, do a rotation there. But Taylor looked actually pretty good today. He only had 2 receptions, but, you can see his speed on that 111-yard reception. You can see his speed. You still know what he can bring to the table. So I still think you want him on the roster. I just think he's not quite ready to be cut yet, unlike my boy Jonnu Smith. But that's another story for another day. And by the way, Anthony Ferguson, 2 targets, 2 catches. Look, people, when you throw to Anthony Ferguson, he catches the ball. Okay, it's one of the commandments of God. Okay, if you throw Anthony Ferguson the ball, he's gonna catch it. That's what happens. That's what happens, people. And this is not the case for Jonnu Smith. But Anthony Ferguson continues to catch passes, and I love it. I love looking at it. Cody Hollister, it was a great preseason week 1, quiet week 2. Today, little but not good enough. Practice squad for sure for him. Hopefully no one wants to pick him up, but maybe New England will again. I don't think so, though. I think they're pretty happy with their wide receivers right now. But we'll see. Outside of that, I didn't love the offensive line for sure. And then look at the defense. How about Amani Hooker, man? This guy continues to find the football. He continues to hawk towards the football with confidence. He didn't get the interception. Was it last week or was it preseason week 1? I can't remember. But he did get the interception in one of the previous games. Remember, it just went through his hands, whatever. This one, immediately, Jesus, he zooms to the ball, picks it off. He had 4 interceptions in his last collegiate season, had 2 before that, and you're seeing why. Like, you're seeing maybe this guy can even get more than that in the NFL in a particular season. I'm excited for Amani Hooker, a guy that, can play safety, can play slot corner, and I'm excited for it, especially considering the fact that LaShawn Sims got killed today. Jeez, boy, LaShawn Sims got murdered by Juju Smith-Schuster. My goodness. I mean, he got absolutely torched. I mean, you could have put me out there, and it would have looked the exact same. It would have looked the exact same. He got absolutely torched. It was a little embarrassing, to be quite honest with you. So if we can get anyone that can get some more snaps at corner, if we have, injuries there, look at Amani Hooker. Because LaShawn Sims looks still like LaShawn Sims. He's not bad, but he's definitely mediocre at best. Okay, so that's still the situation with him. Outside of that, when our first team defense was out there, and it wasn't long. I feel like it was only the first series. It was only either the first or second series, but when the Steelers got that touchdown, no, that was second team. That was second team defense 100%. When our first team defense was out there, I liked what we saw. They were going for a lot of short routes. They were just doing a bunch of, shallow curls, some shallow crosses that they were converting initially before Big Ben started missing some passes. I was okay with it. We were bending but not breaking. That's our move. That's our move with Dean P. So continue to expect that to be our move. The one thing is, though, the pass rush still wasn't there. Okay. And again, people, I'm concerned about it. A lot of people came to the defense of Sharif Finch. And by the way, last week, I actually missed the safety play that Sharif Finch forced. And then when I checked the stat line, it didn't show up on the stat line. But you guys are right. Last week, Sharif Finch did force that safety. So definitely I need to give him some points for that. But I am concerned about this pass rush. Right now they're hiding Harold Landry. They're hiding him. They're trying to keep him secret right now. It's like a big confidential thing. Harold Landry. They refuse to play him in this preseason. I hope that this guy is turned into some sort of beast. Okay, and then he just bursts onto the scene this season. Maybe they're onto something. If that's the case, then okay, we'll be fine there. If not, we're going to have problems there. And it's too late at this point. I really wish we would have brought some more competition and depth in, but it's too late at this point. It's too late. Apologize. It's too late. So, we'll see. But I'm the good thing is no more chasing Andrew Luck. Okay, that's the good thing about our pass rush. But we do have to face the New Orleans Saints. We do have to face the Kansas City Chiefs. We do have to face the Los Angeles Chargers, teams that we need to get after their quarterback. Okay, point blank and period. Also, the Atlanta Falcons, the Carolina Panthers, we need to get after those quarterbacks. So that's a little concerning right now for me. We'll see how that progresses. The good thing is these DBs are so strong right now, and there's depth now with Monty Hooker as well. So I think, we're going to get good coverage most of the time. You're going to have your occasional gaffe for sure by Malcolm Butler and Adoree Jackson at times. They're going to have their occasional gaffes. But, for the most part, they're going to be pretty good cover corners. So even with a mediocre pass rush, I don't think it's going to be bad, but with a mediocre pass rush, and specifically from the edge, because we know we're going to get pressure in the interior from Jarrell Casey and from our inside linebackers. Jayon Brown's going to get sacks. And you're going to get sacks even from, some DBs, Kenny Vaccaro, Logan Ryan. They're going to be blitzing from, the outside. But, just looking at those outside linebackers, it's still a point of concern for me. And, heading in to this offseason, we knew that. We added Cameron Wake, and that was it. And, more should have been done there. Especially, I just really wish that Brian Burns, who was selected by the Carolina Panthers at number 15, I just wish that he fell to us. Jesus, he's already getting crazy sacks in the preseason. It's unfortunate. And I haven't checked on Montez Sweat, who I also really wanted us to draft, and he was drafted after us by the Washington Redskins. I haven't checked out how he's been doing in the preseason, but, we'll see. Jeffrey Simmons, we're waiting on him. We're waiting patiently. And then hopefully he can just ride in on horseback as, we're 12-0 or whatever our record is by December. And then all will be good. All right, so that's what we're going to look forward to. So that's pretty much it for preseason week 3. So if you have any questions, send them in the chat now. Is there anything else I want to discuss? People are asking about this quarterback controversy. There's no quarterback controversy. We have to see this offense. We haven't even seen it. We haven't even seen the offense in the we didn't play in the preseason. We just didn't do it. We didn't play in the preseason with our full arsenal, with Mariota, with Henry, with A.J. Brown and Humphreys and Delaney and Corey Davis. We just didn't see it, people. How can you say that Mariota isn't working well with these people? We haven't even seen. We saw 6 plays today from Marcus Morris. 6 plays. 6, 7 plays from. We didn't see anything. So we're not going down that road. We're starting Mariota week 1, and Vrabel said at halftime, he told Michelle Tafoya, I took him out because we can't protect him. And I'm tired of having this conversation, by the way, because again, he just sat in the pocket. Again, I liked him sitting in that pocket. That's what we want him to do, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's just getting sacked. This is just ridiculous at this point. So hopefully the protection is able to fix itself. Week 1, let me tell you, I'm not feeling confident about week 1 right now. It's going to be close. The Browns still have to prove that they're, that they're ready to ascend. And, I just don't know what this team's going to look like. It still looks so great on paper offensively. Is it going to work together? Is it not? It's just so many questions. And, with teams now, they're playing their starters less and less in the preseason. We don't know nothing. You used to get a real good glimpse of your team. Now I don't even know what we're going to look like week 1. We could go out week 1 and score 35 points offensively. Mariota throws 3 touchdowns. Derrick Henry has a couple. 35 points. The Titans beat the Browns 35-24. I believe it, but I just haven't seen anything in this preseason to suggest it would happen or suggest it would not. I just haven't seen enough. There just hasn't been enough data. We'll see. But, I still look at everyone, I still see A.J. Brown. He's getting open. He's doing his thing. He had the fumble, but he recovered it. So I'm still excited for sure, but I don't know. We're going to see, man. Week 1's going to be interesting. But week 2, hosting the Indianapolis Colts, that's now a W, at least hopefully. So we can at least say that. All right, so now I move on to the chat, and let's see what you guys are saying. Corey Moore says, did you like the Wildcat from last year, and do you think we should incorporate it this year? Yeah, I mean, for sure. It got a little gimmicky at times. We did it a lot when Mariota was hurt, and we literally couldn't throw the football consistently. So that was like why it became a little gimmicky last year for sure. But yeah, go ahead, run some more of that Wildcat. Let's see what else. Oh, we have Tech It Is My World, a fellow YouTuber here. He says, honestly, I see the Titans winning the division. My Jags have to prove to me that they can stay healthy, disciplined, and they can't quit during certain games. I mean, yeah, the Jags are just they're definitely going to quit during certain games, and they might quit on the season overall. I mean, there was no reason the Jags should have won, what was it, 6-10? Last season was a 5-11, either one. It was 5-11. There was no reason they should have won 5-11 last year. There was no reason, but they gave up. They gave up, in the middle of games. They gave up at the end of the season. They beat the Colts like 6-0 for some reason, and then they quit again. It's just weird with the Jags. But let me tell you, that Josh Allen is coming after folks right now. And I'm getting scared. And I had the Jags 6-10, in my season preview video. Now I got to go back and I got to go add wins to everybody that's ever facing Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, not everyone, but a lot of teams. Like, I'm giving out 6 more wins. I'm just giving them out like Oprah. Okay, so I'm going to adjust the Jags now. I think 7-9 for the Jags right now. I love how D.D. Westbrook is looking for sure. But I don't believe this Jags going back to the playoffs theory that some people have. I just don't buy any of that. Let's see what else do we have here. George Metza asks, MJ, do you believe running backs are easily replaceable? Depends on the running back, but most of them are. People were talking about Lamar Miller. Oh, Lamar Miller tore his ACL. This is such a good day for Titans fans. Lamar Miller tore his ACL. Are y'all nuts? Lamar Miller is the most replaceable starting running back I can think of right now in the league that's been starting for too long. He's been starting for too long, replaceable, average running back. Just average, not bad. He's not bad. He's just average. He's going to get you 4 yards to carry. He's not going to make, a lot of game-winning plays. He did have the 97-yard touchdown against us. But, dude, Duke Johnson's going to go in there, and as long as he stays healthy, you're not going to see any drop-off in production at the running back position. In fact, you might see a resurgence, or at least an increase, because Duke Johnson's going to give you way more in the receiving game than your boy Lamar Miller did. I mean, Lamar Miller, if the Titans sign Lamar Miller next year and Derrick Henry's gone, we downgraded, period. Period, point blank. I'm not excited for Lamar Miller. Why are people, Lamar Miller's gone? Who cares? The Texans might win one more game because now at least they'll be throwing the ball more instead of running with Lamar Miller. Well, I won't say that. I'm being a little hyperbolic there. But I just don't understand. I mean, most running backs like Lamar Miller's replaceable, Kenyon Drake, most running backs are replaceable. Now, it's hard to replace like a Zeke Elliott or a Todd Gurley. But then even look at David Johnson. David Johnson now, Jesus, he can't do anything without an offensive line. And, most running backs can't, don't get me wrong. But even Duke Johnson now is overpaid and doesn't look like he's ever going to be great again. It's a very sad thing. What else do we have here? I just saw one and it decided to update. Okay, Leroy Davidson asks, what do you think about the O-line first 4 weeks? I have my concerns right now. Dennis Kelly did not look great today. And we have Myles Garrett week 1. We have Justin Houston week 2. Week 3, Jacksonville, Jesus, Calais Campbell and Josh Allen and company. Yannick Ngakoue. And now all of a sudden, damn, dude, that Jaguars game is looking tougher and tougher with this O-line. We're going to need a strong O-line for that game because even though I don't have faith in that Jaguars offense, if we're just getting sacked all day, we're not going to put up points. So that's looking more and more concerning for sure. We have Enrod740 who asks, think Henry will continue his dominance from the end of last year? I think he's going to be another slow starter. He has been playing in the preseason. And, he's a guy that needs some time to get going. So I'm not expecting much from Derrick Henry until October. I think he's going to have a quiet September. I think he's going to struggle against the Jacksonville Jaguars and that loaded defensive line. I think he's going to struggle against Cleveland a little bit as we get our footing offensively. Week 2 against the Colts, I think he'll find some success. And then week 4, I think it's Atlanta. I think he'll find some success. I think that's going to be a good game for him. So it's going to be mixed. It's going to be a mixed bag. And then October, he'll start really getting rolling and getting going. And then especially when it gets cold and then people are just, they can't even tackle him, right? Whenever you're in the cold, it's just so hard to do anything. It's hard to touch anything. It's hard to grab anything. Forget about tackling this 250-pound running back. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? So that's where Derrick Henry is so dangerous. John Smith asks, how about our defense shutting down Big Ben without Casey and without Byard? Yeah. Our first team defense, they didn't give up points. When they finally scored that touchdown, that was our second team defense. That was Kalama Correa on the edge. That was LaShawn Sims in coverage who got beat. And I was just looking all over the field. There was not one first team defender that I saw. And Casey and Byard didn't play at all today, by the way. Yeah, so I liked how our defense looked. It was a very small sample size, but I liked how our defense looked. We have Yang Yaj. I assume that's how you pronounce that. He's like, how did you like Matt LaFleur as OC last year? I think he's overrated as head coach for the Packers. Yeah, I said this when they hired him. I made a video on Matt LaFleur's hiring as the Green Bay Packers head coach. Too early. Shouldn't have done it. And I don't have the Packers going to the playoffs this year because of it. I don't think he's ready. I think, first of all, our offense got worse. Our offense was bad. Okay, in 2017, it got worse under Matt LaFleur. Now, there are some injuries to Marcus Mariota, which caused all that, but we were one of the worst teams in the league last year offensively. He needed another year to prove himself, point blank, period. And now he's butting heads with Aaron Rodgers. I have my concerns. I still think they're going to be an 8-8, 9-7 team, but I think they're going to miss the playoffs right now. That's my prediction. All right, moving on. Handsome R7 says, should we trade it for a quarterback if Marcus Mariota fails this season or stick with Tannehill? No, definitely move up, right? You got to go all in on somebody. Now, I'm not the biggest Tua Tagovailoa fan right now, but it's looking like he's an option. Jake Fromm, we'll see. I know a lot of people talk down on Jake Fromm. I'm going to evaluate him a lot this season, so I'm going to hold off on that. And then Justin Herbert is another option as well. So those are the big three right now to look at the quarterback position. And we'll see what happens. It's going to be, I'm going to be evaluating quarterbacks again if this season goes badly. Feels like 2014 all over again. All right, what else do we have here? We have, what else? I answered that. What else do we have here? AJ Alexander asks, does LaShawn Sims deserve a roster spot? I don't know why we didn't bring in cornerback competition. I really don't understand that. I thought we should have drafted. Although Amani Hooker he plays a lot of slot corners, so that's fine. That is fine. But I thought, we could have drafted another corner. I thought we could have signed a free agent corner. And Jesus, I still have to watch Jason McCourty out there. Remember, I was so upset when we released Jason McCourty. This is why. And now he's winning Super Bowls for the New England Patriots. Dude, we should have kept Jason McCourty for that. But and especially, hell, if we would have kept Jason McCourty, we wouldn't have signed Malcolm Butler, I don't think. Although Malcolm Butler is showing signs of being better for sure. But then maybe next year, Jason McCourty would have finally said, okay, I'm done. And then we could have went after Jalen Ramsey or something. Maybe that would have been better. I think about that sometimes. But, I don't know why we didn't. So with this roster, he definitely deserves a spot because we don't have no one else. But if we would have had competition, it would have been a competition. And I think he deserved to be pushed a little bit because we're going to have some injuries right now. We're so healthy right now. But, we're going to have some injuries for sure. And cornerback is probably going to be it. Because we haven't had cornerback injuries in a while. So I feel like we're due. So I'm looking out for that. Yeah, but hopefully he steps up. Because, again, he got killed on that Juju Smith-Schuster touchdown. It was bad. It was really, really, really bad. All right, what else do we have here? Oh, yeah, Havoc6927 says, I can't believe the Steelers playing the heavy blitzing crap in a freaking preseason game. Yeah, I was a little surprised. And not only that, they kept in their first-string D-line, at least most of them. Like, Cameron Hayward was out there for a while. Stephon Tuitt was killing us. Vince Williams. Why were they playing? And that's another reason why when the second team offensive line was in there, I knew they were going to get killed. When, those, strong defensive linemen were still in there. Still would have liked to see the first team perform better, but that makes sense why, we had the struggles we did. for the second team for sure, because man, that defensive line, they were blitzing as well, and you had Devin Bush coming down and some other linebackers and safeties as well. I mean, I can't completely lie because Dean Pease does do that for us, so we'd have to keep that in mind. But I don't understand why they did that. And then Ryan Tannehill got crushed, and then they took him out after one of those sacks. So what else do we have here? Is LaFleur a knockoff Shanahan and McVay? I mean, essentially, but the thing about Shanahan and McVay, dude, they were great offensive coordinators. But Matt LaFleur, in his first time being an offensive coordinator calling plays, stunk. Okay, he just didn't produce a good offense. The offense was ranked like 26th or 27th in the league. Shanahan had a great offense in Washington. Shanahan had a great offense in Atlanta. He deserved his job, and then McVay had a great offense in Washington, and then he deserved his job. Matt LaFleur did not do a good job. So why is he being hired already? He needed another year. All right, what else we have here? Gary Sanderson says, are you going to do fantasy football videos this year? It depends. We'll see on that. But I don't have any plan right now. Let me say that. Just a couple more. We have a super chat that is Havoc6927. Thank you for the super chat. He says, I'm glad Vrabel pulled Mariota with the Steelers, pulling that heavy blitzing crap in a freaking preseason game. RD wasn't showing anything. Yeah, I mean, exactly. And that's why he did it. Now, I probably wouldn't have done it. To be honest with you, I wanted to see one more drive from Mariota and the first team offense for sure. But at the same time, I understand it. And in hindsight, it's probably for best, or for the best, because we saw Cam Newton get hurt. Cam Newton, the durable Cam Newton, he got hurt in the preseason game, and some other players have been going down as well. So probably for the better. And in hindsight, I like that decision. Okay, just a couple more questions here, and then we will be out of here. That's NBA related, so I think I'll pass on that. And yeah, someone in the chat said, who was it? Hamsam R7. He says ESPN just said Tannehill has been better. Yeah, going up against second stringers, but dude, I mean, people, like seriously, before we say Tannehill's been better than Mariota and all this, and I think that's pretty much it for questions. So I'm just gonna end on this. People, have we even seen, or have we even seen anything from Mariota this preseason? Like, I mean, just in terms of sample size. Like, have you even seen enough plays? We haven't seen anything. Like, today we saw nothing. We saw 6-7 plays. That was it. Last week, I don't know how many plays it was. Let me check the stat line again. How many passes he threw, but it wasn't much. He threw 3 passes today. In the first preseason game, he threw 8. And then let me check what it was in preseason week 2. I'll pull it up right now. He threw 9. So we have 8 passes, 9, and 3. Okay? That's 20 passes. We saw 20 passes in 3 games. How can you say anything about that? I mean, how can we say this guy's been better than this guy off 20 passes versus Tannehill, who's had over 50, I'm assuming, at this point? It's nonsense. We haven't seen this offense. We haven't seen nothing. The sample size has just been too damn small. We haven't been playing him. We haven't been playing much in the preseason. And I hope that this, doesn't come back to bite us in terms of us being rusty to start the season, in terms of players not being ready to get hit. And then when we start getting hit in live action, people start, going down with injuries and this, and that. Hopefully not. I'm not no doctor, so I'm not going to say that, but that's a little concern and a little fear that I do have. But yeah, people, we just haven't seen anything. We just got to wait for the damn season. It's 2 weeks away, okay? So it's 2 beautiful weeks away. Let's just sit back and wait for that, okay? It's going to be coming soon, and then we'll evaluate them. And it'll be great when we get to that moment. But I just think we're going to be fine at that position. I think Mariota's going to prove himself. And, it's just not going to be a big problem there. So, with that said, that will end this live game recap. Tennessee Titans, Pittsburgh Steelers as the Steelers defeat the Titans 18-6. So, with this said, this ends pretty much our preseason coverage. I really don't think I'm going to do preseason game number 4. So this week I'm going to do, regular predictions, award predictions, playoff predictions, for the NFL, I'll talk more about the teams I was unable to get to, my 32 teams and 32-day series. So we're going to do that. And I'm actually starting work soon, so I'll be able to get into a good rhythm. Just go to work, go to the gym, make a video if I have time, go to sleep, and that's going to be my life pretty much for the rest of the time. So, it's going to be fun, but we're going to enjoy it. So thank you for tuning in, and until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.